friends, it's Deanna Williston from Our Blooming Catholic Life, and you can see it's another unboxing video, not a book review this week. We've had so many great books to review, and I know we're all in the middle of Lent and possibly a little overwhelmed, so I'm just going to pull out a new package. I honestly don't remember what this is. It took so long to get here. You know, the post office has just been slammed. Ooh, interesting. So this was an order from the Missionary Image of Our Lady of Guadalupe. And you, friends, have probably never heard my story about me and this missionary image. Okay, so do you know about the Missionary Image of Our Lady of Guadalupe? It is an exact replica. I'm really hoping it's right in here. I mean, you all know about Our Lady of Guadalupe. If you don't, I'm going to let you look that up. Maybe we'll do a show on it another day. But let's jump down. Is it going to tell us the miraculous image? Yikes, it's not. This is like a little bit about Our Lady of Guadalupe, and then some great resources. The missionary images are 4-foot by 6-foot replicas of the original miraculous image of Our Lady, which she left on St. Juan Diego's cloak, his tilma. They were blessed at the Basilica of Our Lady of Guadalupe in Mexico by the rector of the Basilica for the purpose of bringing conversions, reverence for life, sanctity of the family, and solidarity of the church in America. They have joined on visitations in new evangelization throughout the world. The images have visited each state of the United States in over 1,000 parishes and have received veneration of hundreds of thousands. There have been hundreds of masses, confessions, hours of adoration of the Blessed Sacrament, and rosaries in the presence of these images. Many signs, wonders, conversions, healings, reconciliations, and graces have been reported. Many abortions are prevented, and over 20 abortion centers have closed through Our Lady's intercession by her missionary image. The guardian of the missionary images is Dan Lynch of St. Albans, Vermont. He is the director of the nonprofit tax-exempt apostolate that coordinates the journey of the images. He is actually a retired judge of the state of Vermont, an author, public speaker, and audio and video producer. He has books on this. Talks about how St. John Paul II proclaimed Our Lady of Guadalupe as the mother of all America. Now is the time, he said, of the new evangelization to lead the people of God in America to cross the threshold of the third millennium with renewed hope. He entrusted to her as the star of the new evangelization, the future path of the Church of the great continent of America. He looked at an image of Our Lady of Guadalupe and said, Our Lady is brilliantly seen in the mestizo countenance of this image of Mary of Guadalupe, who appeared at the very beginning of the evangelizations of the Americas. Now Our Lady accompanies each one of her daughters and sons with a motherly present. I ask her to visit as a pilgrim of faith each and every diocese and parish in America. The Holy Father said, may the continent of hope also be the continent of life. This is our cry, life with dignity for all. The time has come to banish once and for all from this continent every attack against life. Holy Virgin of Guadalupe, Queen of Peace, save the nations and people of this continent. And then there's a little paragraph down there on the visitation requirements. So if you would like to know more about this, I'm sure Dan's email is on here. Yes, you would want to go to www.jkmi. I'm not going to get it right. Sorry. jkmi.com. And his email is jkmi@jkmi.com. I'll put it in the description below. And this also comes with an act of consecration to Our Lady of Guadalupe, which was written by Archbishop John Donahue while before the missionary image. Very interesting. I've never seen this before. So this image, Women of Grace loves to have at their big retreats in Malvern, Pennsylvania. And the first time I encountered Our Lady, I had been told of the miraculous thing that could happen when you approach the image. And it's very impressive being 4-foot by 6-foot. And we had prayed the rosary before her and all. And I had been told that if you have a stethoscope and you hold it up, you can like hear the heartbeat of the baby Jesus. And we were told that some people have done that. Not everyone, certainly not everyone, but some people had that private revelation. We certainly don't all have to believe in that, but that some people reported having that experience. And I was like, whatever. I was so whatever. Like I wasn't even skeptical because it wasn't even on my radar. I remember later I'm talking about it. So as I went up, whatever, there was a big line. I had to wait my turn. I was getting really frustrated because I just kind of wanted to get close and to see the image, because it's the closest I'm probably ever going to get to an image of Our Lady of Guadalupe. And so I just wanted to get as close as I could to see it. But as I approached the image, fear of the Lord overtook me. You hear that expression in the Bible so often, fear of the Lord. Now people are like, oh, it just means all. Yeah, I think it does mean all, but it all in the traditional sense, which isn't the sense that we use the word all now, so that you might as well say fear of the Lord because it's more accurate. I don't know. The old-fashioned form of awe, where you're awe-struck, like you're dumbfounded. And I was trembling, literally from head to toe, trembling by the time I got up there. My legs had turned to jelly. I didn't even know if I could move forward. And as I got closer to her, this beautiful image of Our Lady, and right, she's wearing the black ribbon around her waist to signify that she's pregnant. And you can't really see it in this flat image, but you really can see like the curve of her belly. She was so pregnant in that image. And before I knew it, my hand shot out to do what we always do to pregnant women. I just put my hand on the belly. Nobody else was doing that. I don't know why I did that. I really was not in my senses very well because I was trembling so hard. But as I got close, I was just moved by her. And when I put my hand out, baby Jesus kicked me. And I was like, yeah, that didn't happen, because nobody else seemed to be having a reaction like that at all. I tried several more times and got the same reaction then. And I just kind of fell down and said some prayers and went my way. And I did sneak in and venerate her later. I'm not sure that I ever put my hand on her belly again. I might have done it at a later retreat and not had the same reaction. But that's okay. That first week, after this, I had some more really exciting things happen to me. So I cannot recommend that enough. Even if you're just going to look at the beautiful image, it is impressive being 4 foot by 6 foot. It's a wonderful opportunity, and you're going to want to reach out and get that. Let's see. Oh, it does say besides the 4 foot by 6 foot missionary image, there's actually a smaller 2 foot by 3 foot image if you would like to host. That's very nice. I just did an order from the store, and he's like, hey, if you would like to have this, just, let me know. And I do remember what I got now. Remember I had just told you about that act of consecration for Our Lady of Guadalupe? I remember now I did get this video as well. How to Be Holy, a retreat by Dan Lynch. Be holy. Holiness is the urgent pastoral need of our times, John Paul II. And in fact, this Be Holy was actually our theme of my secular Franciscan fraternity last year. So when I saw this, I wish I had seen it last year, but whatever. I was pretty excited about this. So it's a 3 CD set of a retreat on the Holy Father's plan for the 3rd millennium. There are 4 talks on here. Personal holiness, becoming holy by knowing, loving, and serving God. Remember, sorry, here is my happy planner, and that was my goal last year, to grow in knowing, loving, and serving God, which I know, Baltimore Catechism, that was my goal. So that still, it just speaks to me that it's even more perfect. So the second talk then is knowing God. I never found talks on these. I wish I had found this last year, but now I'm so excited. And friends, if you want to do this, you can. So knowing God, the beginning of holiness through conversion in the teachings of the church. 3, loving God, of course. The middle of holiness through obeying the commandments, prayer, the sacraments, consecration, and reparation. And 4, serving God, the end of holiness through the practice of the virtues and the spiritual and corporal works of mercy. And friends, if you know me at all, you know I'm getting ready this summer to profess to the secular Franciscan order. And so this is going to be a great personal retreat for me. I am so excited. If you know anything about the Franciscans, we are incredibly Marian, and we're also very Eucharistic people. So this is going to be so exciting for me to read. This book is shrink wrapped too. These are shrink wrapped. It's killing me. Because I don't have scissors right here. This one, I do remember I got this. Teresita's Choice, a novel of life, healing, and hope. It was written by Dan Lynch with a foreword by Father Frank Pavone. You may know him. He's the national director of Priests for Life. Okay. The space on the back cover is usually reserved for flowery testimonials from well-known people who are supposed to influence you to read this book. I don't have any, except for the excellent foreword by Father Frank Pavone, National Director of Priests for Life. This is my story, so I might as well tell you why you should read the book. It will tell you the story of my life, my choices, and their consequences. Dan Lynch, the author, said, "This is a story that has to be told. Nobody could make up a story like this." It's also timely for the Hispanic culture, since it's an epic that covers 5 generations with the rejection and reestablishment of their traditions. No other book will tell you the whole truth about the consequences of the choice for premarital sex and abortion. I rejected my Hispanic values to become my own person and to make my own choices. I was hurt badly, and it took me a long time to heal. I had the help of a good friend who was always there for me. Her belief in me helped me to believe in myself, and that with God's help, I would be healed. And I was. I forgave all those who had hurt me, and I can be a friend for you. I hope that the dramatic twists and turns in my story might inspire other women to make the right choices, and that the men in their lives will support them in those choices. So please join me on my journey and choices from growing up on Cape Cod to running away as a teenager to Miami, and on from there as a changed wife and mother to a new life with hope in Vermont. Wow, how powerful is that, friends? I'm like trying to slit this open. May have to run downstairs and read this, but I made a bunch of those hats and mittens, our last 2 almsgiving patterns, and I need to sew in the ends and get them. I found out actually my local food bank here in my little town is also willing to take them, because normally when we have a secular Franciscan gathering, we all take things for the Franciscan Center and somebody transports them. And I'm unable to do that right now, so I'm still donating. I'm donating through the internet to the Franciscan Center, but I still was making the hats and all, and I just asked, one of my friends goes to a local food bank, and I said, can you just find out if this is something that they would be interested in having? And so they're going to put them out with the food. So I'm pretty excited, because it's been really crazy weather, right? And it's going to get a little bit warmer, but maybe somebody could still use these hats. I mean, 40 degrees is still no joke. I am just so excited by this. Oh my goodness. In the opening of the book, it says, "We never bonded. I looked down at my mother as she lay in a coma on her deathbed. I gently lifted my hand to her forehead and felt her taut and cool skin. I stroked her hair like she might have stroked mine while I slept as an infant. I heard the whoosh of her ventilator and smelled the distinctive antiseptic scent of her hospital room. Then I held her limp hand and said, 'Hi, Mom. It's me, Teresita. I'm home.' I began talking to her as if she was perfectly well and understood everything I was saying. I had a moment like that when my dad was dying. He had finally fallen asleep in the hospital. And I'd come in with gifts. And even though my dad wasn't awake, my cousin David was there. And he said, "Oh, Deanna, those are such lovely gifts. Are they for your dad?" And we talked aloud as if it was like my dad opening, and David thought it was acting like they were the most wonderful gifts in the world. And there was a gift for my brother, and something for my sister, and something for myself. They were his Father's Day gifts. My brother is in the Navy, and he was on a ship and was unable to come home. And so we were talking about them. And my dad died right after I left that time. And I've never forgotten that gift from David, that he did that. He talked out loud with me about it. And if you know, my cousin David later passed away just 3 or 4 years later. And so that is always a dear memory of mine. So this book is speaking to my heart on multiple levels. I'm so excited to read it. It is available straight from Dan Lynch and the Missionary Image of Our Lady of Guadalupe. I'm going to put that in the description below, that link. Very excited. He's got a number of other wonderful publications. I'm praying that you will get out there and check them out. Find out more about Lady Guadalupe. Wow, friends, I was just going to unbox a package, and I'm sitting here crying with all the beautiful memories. This is beautifully written. So far, I'm completely captivated. I know I normally tell you more. Sorry, the print is a little bit on the small side. The chapters are easy to mark. They're actually not huge chapters at all. Let's just look quick. There's a foreword, and it jumps straight in. There's I don't see a table of contents at all. There's a tiny foreword, a little bit of a preface. It says this book is an expanded and revised version of a journal that I wrote at my lawyer's insistence. He wanted it for legal support in the case he was handling for me. And then he said it was amazing and she needed to write it. And then Dan Lynch wrote it out of the journals and helped her out. There's also maps in here so that you can figure out where she's talking about. It's helpful. That's definitely helpful. So this is based on her actual journal that she was keeping. Beautiful, beautiful. I am so, friends, just so excited to read this. There is an appendix that has quotes. Some are hers. Some are like John Paul a lot of John Paul II. There's Abraham Lincoln in here. Mother Teresa, Deuteronomy. Appendix 2. Oh, friends, I am so glad I stopped to do this for you. Appendix 2 is a number of crisis pregnancy centers, post-abortion hope and healing, retreat programs, blanket of love, hope for former abortion employees. This is not exhaustive. There are more projects than this out now. So this isn't completely updated, but oh, what a blessing. There are so many extra resources in the back. Wow. It then just... Oh, then there's a sample of Our Lady of Guadalupe, Hope for the World, in the back. So there are like some popular fiction books. There's a chapter of another book in the back that you can tell. There is a disclaimer in the back. This book is a dramatic testimony. Teresita's character is a composite of several women who have confided their true stories to the author. All of the abortion experiences and healing experiences really happened substantially as told. Otherwise, names, characters, places, and incidents are fiction or used fictitiously. Any resemblance to actual persons, living or dead, events or places is entirely coincidental. And I respect that because, so he's disguised, it sounds kind of like it's all based on true stories, but maybe disguised a little bit to help the people keep their anonymity. I think this book is going to be a huge blessing in my life. Oh my goodness, friends, in this retreat, yes! This is probably going to be, I'm probably going to start this right after Easter. So excited! After Easter, I already have I'm already doing too much for Lent. I had to drop out of one thing because it was just crazy. Just too much time. I also signed up for a small group based on the Sunday Reflections with the Franciscan Sisters TOR, and I just don't have time for it. I sent my regrets and apologized, but I'm still doing their Lenten retreat in March. Don't forget, look that up. I think it's just Franciscan Sisters TOR. I don't know if it's .com or .org. It's in towards the end of March, so you still have time to sign up for that. What else? I think that's it. Okay, friends, God bless you. God bless you for watching these. God bless you for walking the hard walk and turning yourself to the Lord in this time of Lent. So many of you have reached out to me through this channel, through the comments, and I'm really enjoying the friendships. I hope you keep doing it because people contact me directly as well, so I'm getting all the feedback, and you don't know what a difference you all are making in people's lives by putting things in the comments. You're blowing me away. It's so amazing. God bless you, friends. Please pray for me and this little channel, Our Blooming Catholic Life. I ask you to pray for the Sainthood's cause for John Bradburn, and the wonderful work still being done in his name at Matemwa. And yeah, pray for me because I definitely need it. And I am praying for all of you. Honestly, I am. I love you all. It's so amazing. And if you put a prayer request down there, I know I'm adding my prayers. I can't speak for everyone, but I certainly encourage you all to check the comments for prayer requests. They're starting to crop up. So let's get on that, friends. God bless you all. Have a blessed day.